JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 8-year-old boy shot dead at Clarendon football field. An early morning football game ended in tragedy in Howells Content near Yorktown, Clarendon this morning, when gunmen opened fire on a group of youngsters, killing an 8-year-old boy. It is reported that 2 other youngsters were shot and injured. They are now being treated at hospital. An alleged eyewitness said 3 men alighted from a vehicle and began firing into the crowd. It is understood that the child, who was in the area to visit his mother, often waited for the end of the football game to ride his bicycle on the field. Prisoner found dead in Hanover jail cell. A prisoner was found dead in a jail cell in Hanover last night. Details surrounding the incident are not forthcoming at the moment. However, a source has confirmed that the incident took place last night. It is not clear what time last night and what led to the prisoner's death. The name of the man, who sources say is one of Hanover's most wanted, has been withheld. Independence Day road crash victims identified. 3 teenagers, including 2 high school students, were among 6 persons who died from injuries they sustained in 3 separate motor vehicle crashes in St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and Manchester on Independence Day, Friday, August 6. In the first crash in St. Elizabeth, 2 teenagers died after a motorcycle they were traveling on collided with a truck along the Bull Savannah Main Road. The deceased have been identified as 18-year-old O.J. Rowe and 14-year-old Nathan Whittle, a student of B.B. Cook High School in the parish. Police reports are that about 2:30 p.m., Rowe and Whittle were on a motorcycle driving along the roadway when it collided with a Toyota motor truck which was traveling in the opposite direction. Both teenagers were taken to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. Hours later, a man and his teen daughter, along with another female, died in a 2-vehicle crash on the Downs Main Road in Manchester. The deceased have been identified as 33-year-old Safari Phillips, 36-year-old Sanjay Kane, and his daughter, 14-year-old Sajina Kane, a student of St. Elizabeth Technical High School. It is understood that Phillips is also related to the 2 Kanes. According to reports, about 5:20 p.m., the 3 individuals were traveling in a Toyota Isis motor car along the roadway when it collided with a Honda motor car. The 3 occupants of the Toyota Isis motor car were assisted to the hospital, where they were all pronounced dead. The driver of the other car that was involved in the crash was reportedly hospitalized in serious condition. Good Samaritan who helped Parchment invited to Jamaica. The Good Samaritan who gave taxi fare to Olympic gold medalist Ansel Parchment in Japan, allowing him to secure his place in history, is being invited to Jamaica by the government. The woman who literally saved Parchment from missing the 110 meters hurdles when he accidentally boarded a bus to the aquatic venue instead of the track and field stadium is now being tracked by the Ministry of Tourism, Minister Edmund Bartlett said yesterday. Known only as Tiana Parchment, who dedicated a 3-minute and 20-second video saluting her for her kindness, said, had it not been for her selflessness, he probably would not have run in the historic race, which also saw his countryman Ronald Levy medaling. Parchment said, when he realized he was on the wrong bus and tried to get assistance from the official cars at the Olympic event, they were all already booked, and his only other option was to return to the village and take another bus, which would cause him not to even be able to warm up for the run. I saw this volunteer and I had to beg, because of course she's not allowed to do much, and she actually gave me some money to take one of the taxis, and that's how I was able to get to the warm-up in time and had enough time to compete, said the Olympian, who described the incident as awesome. Parchment not only thanked the Good Samaritan publicly, but he paid back the money she gave him and gifted her a Jamaican shirt. After viewing the video yesterday, the tourism minister said he was compelled by the fact the lady went beyond the call of duty to achieve great results. It is selfless what she did. One would not know what the outcome would have been, he stated. Bartlett said he was moved to invite the lady to Jamaica, where she'll be hosted by his ministry team. No matter where in the world she is, we want to reciprocate the kindness shown to one of our own, he said. Higher pre-deal larceny fines coming soon. Starting this year, criminals who prey on farmers' produce and livestock will face harsher penalties. This follows a pledge from Agriculture Minister Floyd Green to increase pre-dawn larceny fines. Pre-dawn larceny is the theft of agricultural produce or livestock from a farm or estate. Speaking at a Nutrimix seminar last week, Green announced that by the end of this financial year, we're going to be changing the penalties for pre-dawn larceny. Quite frankly, people are getting off too easy after reaping what they did not sow. So where we have a maximum fine of $250,000, it doesn't send a clear enough signal that this is unacceptable. The minister said the adjustment of the penalties is just one of many strategies being employed in the fight against pre-dawn larceny. We're developing pre-dawn larceny units. We plan to put a unit in each division. We have already developed 7 pre-dawn larceny units across the country. Those units are staffed with at least 4 to 5 officers. We have a motor vehicle that is assigned to the team. So when you go to make your report, you'll get quicker service, Green said. Between 2019 to 2020, the number of pre-dawn larceny arrests moved from 69 to over 100. The government also has plans to reintroduce agricultural wardens to operate in highly productive areas. The agricultural wardens will have the same powers as a district constable and will have a more targeted mandate regarding agricultural crimes. Green revealed that these initiatives are crucial to the successful development of what he calls Jamaica's new face of food. He said the focus of that new face of food for us is food security, agri-based development, climate-smart technologies, and export expansion. He noted that the first pillar of food security is critical, and that small remnants are probably the most important element of that first pillar. He also highlighted that there is untapped potential within that area of food production. Over the past 5 years, Jamaica spent about $1 billion importing goats. Currently, our local supply only satisfies 25% of the total demand for goat meat, so there's a tremendous opportunity, he added. He said tapping into those opportunities will require a shift to more modern agricultural practices. We're not going to meet the demand if we continue to do things like we used to do them for the past 50 years. No, we need to incorporate the technology. We need to use research to drive what we do. We need to ensure that our investments are made on business principles, said Green. With that in mind, he noted that the government is playing its part in the development of the sector. We are embarking on a $50 million small ruminants development program. We're looking to target about 6,000 farmers over the next 2 years. We want to ensure that you have access to the best genetics, so those farmers will be able to get 1 to 3 strands of semen free of cost, paid for by the government of Jamaica, to be used to drive the small ruminants population. We're also going to be doing embryo transfers and bringing in new livestock so that we can get the genetics right, Green continued. He said the aim is to develop a national livestock policy, but before that, farmers will be trained regarding feed, ration, husbandry practices, and fodder banks, among other things, to improve their production. 379 new COVID cases recorded in Jamaica, 3 deaths. Jamaica recorded 379 new cases of the COVID-19 yesterday and 3 virus-related deaths, according to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. This pushed the total number of confirmed cases on the island since the outbreak to 54,859 and the confirmed deaths to 1,222. The new cases comprise 232 females and 147 males with ages ranging from 4 months to 91 years. According to the ministry, 69 of the cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew, 63 in St. Catherine, 55 in St. Anne, 51 in Westmoreland, 43 in St. James, 36 in Manchester, 30 in Hanover, 10 in St. Mary, 7 in Clarendon, 6 in Trelawney, 5 in St. Thomas, 3 in Portland, and 1 in St. Elizabeth. Meanwhile, a 62-year-old female, a 69-year-old male, and a 30-year-old female, all from St. Anne, were the latest deaths reported. 2 more deaths were reported under investigation. The ministry further reported 39 new recoveries, which pushed the total recoveries to 47,231. There are 6,037 active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.